Today's Escape from Tarkov video is focused around the map Shoreline, the biggest and sometimes the most daunting map in the game so far. My video today is going to be going over looting this map without the daunting aspect, meaning avoiding Shoreline's resort. Despite common opinion, Shoreline has quite a lot of money to be made outside of the resort itself, meaning you can avoid the majority of the firefights. I'm going to tell you all of my favourite loot spots in Shoreline outside of the resort that do not require keys, in the style of my typical loot run, starting from road to customs extract side and finishing towards tunnel extract, so you can easily follow along. If you'd like to do this run but spawn on tunnel side of the map, then to state the obvious, just reverse the video and do the run in the opposite order. First, let's talk about the hidden caches that are scattered around the map. First, there are two types of hidden caches that could be found in Escape from Tarkov. The first one is blue barrels that have been buried under the ground, and yes, they are the more noticeable ones of the two to spot. And the second is a wooden covered hatch covered in leaves and shrubbery. These are scattered around the map and there are quite a large amount of them throughout. However, I'm not going to cover all of these in my video. Instead, I'm going to put a map in the description and on screen for you to find them all navigating the Shoreline map. I do have a select few caches that I go to quite a bit due to lack of interest or knowledge of them throughout Shoreline, and I'm going to show you 3 caches which I usually loot, and they treat me quite well in RNG. The first is located here on the map, close to the road to customs extract and on top of the hill with the small radio pylon. Up there is a bush against the wired fence, and inside this bush is a blue barrel buried cache. The next is just south of there, close to the broken house and the drone located here on the map. And more specifically, it's located at 11 o'clock angle from the broken down house. Keep walking at that direction and you will see another blue barrel right up against one of the trees. And finally, at the drunk tank location in between radar and pumping station, there is the final cache that I'll be showing you. This one is under the bridge with the drunk tank on it. Although it is a wooden stash, this one is not actually too difficult to see. This one is probably the most popular of the 3 stashes, but can provide some good loot. Caches in general provide a variety of items, some of which include various different currencies, ammo, provisions and uncommon loot, meaning you can vary from finding Vita Juice to old fire steel in one of these. Quite often you'll be finding a bunch of goodies in these little stashes, and I've only shown you a few and mentioned a couple of items that could be found. If you're interested, here's the full loot pool of these caches. Now we've got the caches out of the way, we're going to move on to our first actual location to loot, and that is just up the road from the drunk tank, so you can head straight there after looting this stash. This place is of course the weather station. Scavs do spawn in this location and there could be up to 5 of them patrolling the grounds, so be sure to take them out before you start looting. And if you want to make sure you don't get a cheeky breaky up your ass, I will do that with caution, because they can be hiding. When you do start looting, before you go into the office on the left hand side of the compound, which is where the main bulk of the loot is located, you will see a cargo truck outside. Around that cargo truck is one green wooden ammo crate, and inside here you can find attachments and of course ammo. And then around the other side of the truck is a large green weapons crate which can also spawn ammo and attachments, but you're also likely to find some sort of weapon in there like an AKM, even an AS-Val or an M4. Once looting the outside, you can step inside the office on the far left of the compound, and there you will be treated to much more goodies. When you walk in the front door, there'll be 2 rooms ahead of you. Inside the left room is a sports bag in which you can find provisions and hopefully some Wilstons, Tushonka and condensed milk. Also, double check the table for bottles of vodka and condensed milk, which can also spawn loosely on there. Hopefully the sports bag can give you some good shit, as the loot pools in this bag contain all barter items, meaning you have a rare chance of finding Lions, VPXs, Tetrises and car batteries in there, which fetch massive money on the flea market. Inside the right room is a medical bag on the sofa, which if RNG is on your side, could spawn adrenaline, propofol and other injectors. Once you've looted these 2 rooms, opposite the right hand side room is a set of stairs. Head up there, and once you've topped the stairs, right at the other end of the room is a safe next to a computer desk with a computer underneath. That should be your first thing that you should see. Make sure you check the front of the PC, as I have found a few flash drives just sticking out of them, and that main PC is the PC that I looted to finish the shitty quest for Jaeger where you have to find 3 in raid. The inside of the PCs also have a chance to spawn computer CPUs and graphics cards, so make sure you check there because they can sell for quite a good amount of money too. And the safe obviously is a great place to find lions, cats and currency, but you can get them bitcoins and other valuables which fetch huge amounts of profit on the flea market and to sell to therapists also. Continuing left around the room is some server racks. You can check there for a chance for circuit boards to spawn, as well as a rare spawn of graphics cards. They spawn loosely just lying on the servers. Then finally you have 3 sets of filing cabinets to loot. Now looting these, be on the lookout for gold chains and labs keycards, but remember each drawer on these cabinets are looted separately, so it can be time consuming but worth it if RNG is on your side. There is an office at the top of the weather station which has a grenade box and a safe key spawn for a safe inside of the resort. However, I don't usually loot up there because it's only a slim chance for that key to spawn and it doesn't really sell for much. And just for a grenade or two, you're very exposed up there and can be easily pinned by other PMCs. Now we're going to move on to our next location, which is further south, and that is the gas station. This gas station's on fire, so if you follow the road along the shore, you will definitely eventually see it. It's about midway down the road between tunnel and road to customs. Scavs spawn here also, so be aware that you can see a few scavs in the gas station grounds itself, as well as on the road and down by the shore soaking up the sun, living their life to the fullest. Once you've taken these pests out, proceed to the front door of the gas station. From here, go inside and hug the left, moving your way past the fire and into the side room on the left hand side. The fire does hurt, but not as much as it used to, and sometimes not at all, so keep moving and you're likely to come out unharmed. As soon as you make your way through the doorway to the side rooms, look right and you'll notice a safe inside the small broom cupboard. Once again, look out for high tier loot items like rollers, bitcoins, lions and vases, to name just a few. Then head into the open doorway on the left hand side and there is a green weapons box inside. Here once again you can find a few variations of weapons, but in this crate specifically I found a few HK416s as well as a couple of RePIR thermal scopes, so if you can get one of them you're definitely making some profit. And finally head to the far room on the right. This door is usually closed, however if you open it you'll find another green weapons crate, which again can give you all sorts of goodies. The loot pool for these weapon crates are vast, so be on the lookout for them high tier attachments including thermal scopes, red hex handguards and of course high tier weapons like SVDs, RSASs, HKs, M4s etc. Right next to the gas station we have the pier. To locate it, go to the main road on the right hand side of the gas station and follow it towards the road to customs extract. Stop when you see a green moving truck just off the ramp leading up to the gas station. Here you will see the road splits into two. One road continues on to road to customs and another side road goes down to the pier itself. And at the end of the ramp you will see some blue fencing, but before you get there you will see a black Mercedes 4x4. Make sure you check inside the trunk of the car as there is a chance for the East Sanitarium 206 key to spawn. From here you want to head to the blue fenced off area of the pier and head into the main blue and white building. As soon as you enter the fenced area to your left is where the building is located, and inside the main entrance is sets of 4 filing cabinets to the left hand side. Please bear in mind that even the fallen over filing cabinet can be looted, so just be careful when looting individual drawers. It can take some time, but also be on the lookout for the West 205 key, which can spawn on the floor next to the drawer that is fully pulled out on the left hand side. Then you're going to go to the back of that reception area and head up the left hand side stairs. Once on top of the stairs you will see a desk underneath the window. Under the desk you'll see a PC, which again you should keep an eye out for flash drives sticking out the front. Not only this, but this is a good place to find graphics cards sitting inside. Also, don't miss the chance to loot that safe that is on the left hand side of that desk. Hopefully you can find some good items to either sell to therapists or on the flea market. There is a doorway at the front of the room where you're in currently, and there you'll be able to walk across the balcony into another office on the right hand side of the building. Here again you will find another safe and a computer to loot. The safe is located as soon as you walk through the door from the balcony into the office, underneath another desk just to the left of the doorway. The computer itself is located at the end of the desks, right next to the stairway back downstairs. This is a great building overall to find a whole bunch of flash drives and GPUs due to the large number of filing cabinets as well as 2 PCs. Graphics cards and flash drives do have a small chance of spawning inside filing cabinets, so do make sure you take some time, if it is safe to do so, and loot those filing cabinets. Moving closer towards tunnel extract now, we're going to stop at the villas. This location is a prime spot for people to loot on their way to the resort and is located partway up the road from the village heading towards the water treatment plant. There are two massive houses and they are gated, so you really can't miss them. These two massive houses contain quite a bit of money if RNG is on your side. However, a lot of people only seem to loot the one that is locked with the key. Looking from the front on, that is the right hand side villa. We're going to loot the left hand side villa, which is unlocked to everyone and still contains a large amount of loot which can sometimes go untouched. If you head inside the gated fence area, you will see a sports bag on the front porch. It is quite good to give that a loot just in case of finding some of them rare barter items. Then you're going to head inside the front door, and hanging up in the first room is two jackets. These have a high chance of spawning mythic items like cigarettes, screws and bolts. However, these are definitely worth checking for those rare spawns such as fuel conditioners, tool sets, gold chains and broken G-phones. Then head through to the second door and you'll be entering the main rooms of the house. Take a direct left and head up the stairs and you will see 3 rooms. Working our way from left to right, we will loot each room. In the first room, we're going to see an unlocked safe which you should loot for those big ticket items, and the next room across we're going to see a blue weapons locker. Here you can find commonly some MP153 or 133 shotguns, but sometimes if you're lucky, you're going to be able to find some DVLs hanging there. Also, don't leave it at that, as there is a small safe section on the top of this blue cabinet which you should loot for finding bitcoins which are commonly found there. Finally, in that third room, we're going to see a computer inside it, as well as a silver weapons locker. The PCs sometimes have flash drives and graphics cards, so they're definitely worth looting, and the silver weapons locker is a larger weapons locker to loot, which contains a similar loot pool of shotguns and DVLs, with ammo on the side shelves. This locker though does not have a safe on top of it. Back downstairs now, head through the living room and into the kitchen. You'll see a door which leads to the rear entrance of this villa. Inside this small room you'll find a duffel bag as well as a key safe hanging on the wall on the right hand side. Definitely pay extra good attention to this key safe though, because West Wing 220 key for the resort can be found there, although it's a very rare spawn. Next we're going to head to the swamp area of the map and locate the greenhouse. This is located here on the map and is usually quite easy to spot, as it's the only house in the swamp area that is still standing. This is commonly identified as the greenhouse, and when entering the front door, there is a jacket hanging in the porch to the right hand side of the inner doorway. Be sure to check that for Wilsons and currency, and then you're going to want to move on into the main rooms of the house. Inside the main kitchen area, on the close right hand side of that room, we have a small wooden cupboard. On top of here you can find common fuel conditioner spawns as well as bleach and other chemical supplies. In the far right hand side you'll see a mold covered table, and here is another chemical supply spawn, so be on the lookout for them fuel conditioners. On the overturned fridge on the left hand side you want to check for tool sets that can spawn on top of there, and then head in the left hand side doorway and go into some side rooms. There you will find a toolbox which you want to keep an eye out for those tool sets, fire steels and GM counts to make the most of your money here. Then you're going to see a wooden bookshelf inside that same side room, and tools can spawn there like pliers and similar barter items. And now we're going to head to our final loot spot on our little adventure. It's gone quite quick, hasn't it? This spot is going to take us through the village, and close to the tunnel extract we are going to see the White House. This has some extremely good spawns for those who know where to loot. And you can find the White House behind some gates opposite the tank which needs to be marked for the scrap metal quest. And what you're going to want to do is head inside the gardened area and head straight for the front door. Once inside there will be a chair in the left corner next to 2 jackets. The chair has the West Wing 203 key spawn for the sanitarium, and the jackets seem to have an increased chance to spawn rare items. I commonly find Wilson cigarettes and gold chains inside these jackets. After looting this room, head through the doorway on the right and you will see the main area of the house. On the left hand side of the overturned fridge is where items like fuel conditioners, bleach and bolts can spawn quite frequently, and this isn't even the good part yet. There is a small side room in the back left of this main room which contains some blue cupboards. On top of the cupboards is a drawer that looks like it's been pulled out of one of the drawer sets, and here you can find a multitude of rare items like graphics cards and other tech spawns like Tetrises and circuit boards. And just like that, that's it for my loot guide. I'm sure there's many more places on this vast map that are great to loot, and that's where you guys come in. Let's set up a discussion in this video's comment section about other great areas which can be looted, and hopefully this video helped players across the board. If you did like this video, then hit that big thumbs up down below and let me know that you've liked it, and subscribe for way more Tarkov content in the future. You guys have been incredibly supportive on this channel. Let's continue making 2020 a great year by hitting that subscribe. Get me numbers up, boys, because it's great, right? I love doing this. I love you. I'll see you soon. Thank you for staying till the end. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place. Alright, sorry. Bye. Bye. Toodle. Bye. I'd like to thank you all for staying to the end of this video, but before I end it, I want to tell you something about Shadow. Shadow is a company I'm working with to promote max gaming PC settings anywhere you are. Shadow is a cloud-based subscription service, and currently in Europe they're offering the ability to pre-order one of their free new tiers of membership, starting at only £12.99. Or if you live in the US, then Shadow continues to offer their regular subscription service for $30 a month. You can play any games, max settings, anywhere you are. If you have a broken down PC, a shitty laptop, or even a Mac, you can still play games like Tarkov in max settings, 1440p 60fps. And this is actually how I record all my gameplay and stream Tarkov at this point in time. So if you liked how the video looked in this video, then check out the link in the description and it will take you to Shadow's website. You could do more research there, and if you do decide to sign up using the code Samosh, then you will get a discount on your first month. Thank you everyone for watching, toodle pip cheerio, and enjoy your evening, lads.